The whole video I'm going to be explaining to you guys what I was doing for those 3 months to actually help me diet down to 6-7% body fat. I started off at 191 pounds and then my lowest weigh-in was 169. I'm going to explain to you guys throughout the entire day how I got to that body fat percentage. So sit back and enjoy the video. Okay, change of plans here, guys. Instead of going to the grouse grind, we went to Capilano River Regional Park for a nice little walk. We're gonna walk and talk about macros to get you shredded. To start my cut and start losing body fat, I really had no idea how to start at the beginning, but what I did, the very first thing, and I recommend you guys doing the same thing, download MyFitnessPal. It's a very easy to use app, and when you download it, you're gonna make an account, and on that account, it's gonna ask you a few questions, fill them out. It's gonna ask like body weight, your height, and also how active you are. So like if you're working out like me 5 days a week, I put on moderately active. And then also it's gonna ask you what your goal weight is. What I did was I put in that I wanted to lose a pound a week. So that gave me a general idea of how many calories I need to be eating throughout the entire day to be burning fat. The reason why knowing how many calories you have to eat throughout the day to burn fat is very important is because you have to be in a caloric deficit to start shredding fat off. And what a caloric deficit is when you're eating less calories than your body is naturally burning off throughout the entire day, right? So naturally, even if you guys don't do any exercise, your body is burning calories throughout the course of the entire day. So you want to find where your maintenance calories are and then how many calories you have to be eating to actually start losing body fat. When I put it in, it gave me 2,600 calories a day to lose 1 pound a week. I took that as a general number that I wanted to start off, and I didn't follow that directly. I kind of used that as like a base to base how many calories I'm gonna be eating throughout the entire day. And then on this walk, I'm gonna talk to you guys more about like your macronutrients. So that's what your food's composed of, your proteins, your carbs, your fats, and how many of each one you guys should be generally eating to start burning your fat, and just generally the percentages of each one that will help you, one, to maintain your muscle while you're burning fat, because that's the most difficult part. Which of those macronutrients are gonna provide you the most energy while you're losing weight, and then also which ones are gonna make you feel better and allow you to stay full throughout the entire day to make it a little bit easier throughout the entire time that you're trying to lose weight. I'll see you in the next clip. Let's get the next clip. All right. Is it here?
Yeah.
Alright, I want to talk to you guys about your macronutrients, so your proteins, carbs, and fats. 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, 1 gram of carb equals 4 calories, and then 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. Now you have your caloric intake and you know how many calories each macronutrient equals to, right? Get out your pens and papers. After you go onto MyFitnessPal and figure out how many calories you're going to be eating, start with one set calorie amount. Whatever your current body weight is, multiply it by a range of 1 to 1.2, whatever that may be, write it down. The next thing we're going to calculate is how many carbs you're going to be eating throughout the entire day. I like to go higher carb than my protein and my fats. That's what I find I feel best on throughout the entire day. I have more energy. Take your body weight again and multiply it by a range of anywhere from 1.1 to 1.5, and then see what you get for your caloric intake for your carbs. And then add now how many calories you're eating from your proteins and your carbs together. Whatever that number is, subtract it from your total amount of calories that you're going to be eating, divide it by 9, and that's how much fat you're going to be eating on a daily basis. If you want to eat a little bit more carbs, you know how much calories 1 gram of carb is. So then just take away how many, say, proteins you're eating throughout the day, but maybe you want to eat 10 grams more of carbs, so take away 10 grams of protein, right? Next clip, I'm going to talk to you guys about cheat meals, cheat days, and then refeed days and what that all is, and how you guys can incorporate that in your diets. Right off the bat, I want to say cheat days, don't do them. Just don't even think about them, because a cheat day, you can eat 5,000 calories in a day if you're really hungry, just have a bunch of junk food, and that's really going to make you jump in weight or some fat from that day, so it's really not worth it. Cheat meals, yes, but keep it in moderation. Moderation is key when it comes to cheat meals. Don't go nuts. Every 7 days, I really felt like I needed a cheat meal or just like more food, because I was just really low energy after that time. And then also just to mentally reboot, have some good food in my system. So cheat meals, big fan. Also, what you guys can incorporate are refeed days. And refeed days are when you take your current carb intake and you eat 1.5 to 1.8 times what you're currently eating. Say I was eating around 270 carbs per day, I would have on my refeed day had anywhere between 400 to 450 grams of carbs. I would have lowered my fat intake by 5 grams and also my protein intake by 10 to 15 grams, just so I would have more carbs. Try out both, see what you actually like, and the time period of when you should actually have a cheat meal, a cheat day, kind of just go off how you feel. But don't be doing a cheat meal more often than every 6 days. If you guys can hold off for longer periods of time, that's going to benefit you more. Whatever you guys put into it, that's what you're going to get out of this whole dieting experience. The reason why you guys want to be doing those refeed days and cheat meals anywhere between every 7 to 14 days is because that's going to actually replenish your leptin levels. And every time you eat, whatever food it may be, your body releases leptin, and that sends a signal to your brain telling you that you're full. And when you're dieting, you're not eating that much food, so your brain is obviously always gonna have the signal where you're like, oh shit, I'm hungry, I wanna eat more food. So that's exactly what the refeed and cheat meals are gonna do. They're gonna provide you more food in your stomach. That means more leptin is actually gonna be released throughout your body, telling your brain that you're full, which will allow you to, over a longer period of time while dieting, just kind of mentally stay more sane. That's the way I like to put it. And now I'm going to cover on how to adjust your macros. So what I would recommend, start off 200 to 300 calories less than what MyFitnessPal gave you. And from there, what you guys want to be doing on a daily basis is in the morning on an empty stomach. If you have to go to the washroom, go to the washroom before, but weigh yourself every morning. That's very important. If you can't remember what your weight was the morning before, make sure to write it down so that way you can actually track your progress, because without this you have really no idea of whether or not you have to eat more calories, less calories. First I start off at a set calorie count, and then for 5 days I would actually try out and see if it worked. Then every morning I would track how much I would weigh. And if I saw that I actually maybe lost 2 pounds within those 5 days or 1 pound, I'd be like, okay, great, this is working. I'm gonna continue doing this. Say if I noticed I was losing too much weight within those first 5 to 7 days of using those calories, I would be like, whoa, I gotta hold back a little bit. I gotta be eating more calories, because what you wanna be doing when you're dieting is eating as much as possible while losing a consistent amount of weight, because that will actually help you retain your muscle mass and strengthen the gym. Start with a set calorie amount for 5 days, see how that works. If you lost 1 pound to 2 pounds during that 5-day period, keep doing that. If you lost too much, up your calories by upping your carbs maybe 10 to 20 grams, fats by 5 grams. And I'm gonna go over 2 tips on how to actually make dieting a little bit easier for you guys. Tip number 1 is meal timing. When are you eating your meals, especially your carbs? For me, I like to save most of my carbs for the end of the day. That way, when I'm really hungry and I want to kind of like binge and eat some junk food, I have a little bit more food to put in my stomach and avoid actually binging and cheating on my diet. Last tip that I have for you guys that really helped me throughout my entire prep was drinking a lot of water, say 8 to 10 ounces of water right before you eat your meal. What this little trick is gonna do for you guys is when you have that big glass of water before you eat your meal, it's gonna trick your brain into telling you you're no longer hungry. Because what I found at the beginning when I started dieting is that I would eat my meal, I'd have 5 meals a day, and after every single meal, no matter what meal it was, I was still hungry because I was eating small portions. But by doing this little trick, it really helped me just not being hungry after I finished eating. And yeah, hope it helps you guys, and time to get shredded.